Hi everyone, so this video is about how I survived the holidays this year. Um, as most of you know, sometimes for us infertiles, the holidays can be extremely rough and, a reminder, big time reminder that we don't have a family of our own. So, for the last several years, especially since my husband have gotten really serious about trying to conceive, the winter blues have been really bad for me because of infertility. Not only is it a reminder during the holidays that we don't have a family of our own when everyone else does. My birthday falls very shortly after Christmas, and so that's also like a double whammy punch in the gut that, hey, I'm another year older, plus I'm not a mother. So, like Amy said, last year was pretty hard for me also. I remember listening to Christmas music on the way to my mom and dad's house, and, quietly crying to myself, trying to not let my husband see, while he was driving, that, I was so sad that we didn't have a baby in the back seat on the way to grandma's house. So this year for Christmas and the holidays was unlike any that I've ever experienced. Well, first of all, I personally was really dreading Christmas this year because the main reason is because my younger sister, she's 9 years younger than I am, gave birth to her first son, my nephew, in October. And it was his birth. Well, I can't really say his birth was hard. It was more her pregnancy was harder for me than the actual birth, because she had a really rough pregnancy, and it got kind of scary for both her and the baby a couple of times. And so when he was finally here, I was very relieved that he was here, and that he was going to be okay. So but still yet, I was kind of still had that aching heart, and so I was really dreading Christmas because of having a baby around, when I really haven't had a baby around at Christmas, at least in my family. So, but anyways, but little did I know that this Christmas was not going to be anything like I had planned. A good friend of mine a few months ago asked if my husband and I would be interested in house sitting for her for 10 days so that her and her husband could go home for the holidays. And since our home life is kind of hectic, and we wanted to kind of have a calm holiday, we decided that it would be a great chance for us to spend some time alone and have like a little mini vacation. Well, this 10 days that we were going to house sit for them also fell during the Christmas holiday. Well, I live in Oklahoma, and this has been the absolute craziest winter that I can remember since I was a little girl. We knew there was snow and ice coming in. The local news people weren't exactly sure when or how much was coming, but they just knew that we were in for something. Now, this friend of mine, she lives about 40 miles from my home, and the road between her home and mine, it's filled with twists and turns and hills and really scary drop-offs, and so it's pretty scary just driving over there normally, but when it's ice and nasty, it's impossible. I would never risk it. because, yeah, if you want to get into the bottom of like a ravine, you know. But anyways, also, my friend lives on top of a very steep hill, and so when it gets really nasty, the city actually blocks the hill because they don't want people going up and down it because it's so dangerous. Um, so, um, anyways, the night before Christmas Eve, my husband and I were watching the 6 o'clock news, and all of a sudden they changed the percentage of snowfall and ice for Christmas Eve to 90%. So absolutely, we were getting it, and it was going to be bad. So we literally made a last minute decision and called my husband's mom, and we scrambled together and got my husband's side of the family together to do our Christmas at our home that night. Unfortunately, my parents live an additional hour and a half away. So, well, an hour and a half away from where we were house sitting. And so it was too late, to do anything with them that night. So, the next morning, we were able to go ahead and have Christmas with his family and everything, and we made it home safely and everything. But the next morning, on Christmas Eve, we had a nice thick slab of ice underneath about 7 or 8 inches of snow. So there was no going home for Christmas. So we were completely stuck. Thankfully, we did make preparations to have supplies and food and things to make our own little Christmas dinner for just the two of us. And while we did enjoy ourselves, our very relaxed, stress-free holiday, it was still a bit lonely. So I guess, because of all the excitement, the different environment, and how it just didn't feel like Christmas, because we didn't have family around, made it a lot easier on me personally. But in the end, I was very sad that I didn't get to spend the holiday with my nephew on his first Christmas. We did, however, we did end up having Christmas with my side of the family a few days later after the roads cleared enough where we were able to make it home safely. So that was my holiday experience this year. So please let us know how your holiday went this year by leaving a comment below, or better yet, make a video response. We would love to hear from you. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to rate and subscribe. Alright, thanks guys. Bye-bye.